Two people can take exactly the same magnesium supplement and experience completely different results. One may sleep better, another may develop diarrhea, and a third may notice no difference at all. From my naturopathic perspective, the question is not simply, which magnesium is best? The better question is, which form, amount, and timing are appropriate for this person? Magnesium supports hundreds of biochemical reactions involved in energy production, muscle and nerve function, blood glucose regulation, and bone health. However, symptoms such as fatigue, cramps, headaches, and poor sleep do not automatically confirm magnesium deficiency. They may also be related to iron deficiency, thyroid dysfunction, dehydration, stress, poor sleep, or medication effects. In my clinical approach, I do not automatically follow the serving suggested on the bottle. That serving is designed as general product guidance. It cannot account for your body size, diet, digestion, medications, symptoms, or health goals. A supplement label does not know whether you weigh 50 or 100 kilograms. It does not know whether you have constipation, diarrhea, migraine, kidney disease, or poor intestinal absorption. Body size can influence nutrient requirements, but I would never calculate magnesium from body weight alone. For example, giving a small adult and a much larger adult exactly the same dose without considering their circumstances may not always be appropriate. But this does not mean that the larger person automatically needs twice as much. I consider body weight together with age, sex, dietary intake, health history, bowel tolerance, medications, laboratory findings, and the reason magnesium is being used. The Australian recommended dietary intake for magnesium is generally 310 to 320 milligrams daily for adult women and 400 to 420 milligrams for adult men. These figures represent the total from food and supplements, not the amount everyone should take in a capsule. For example, if a woman already obtains approximately 250 milligrams from food, she may need a very different supplemental amount from someone whose diet provides only 100 milligrams. A person using magnesium to fill a small dietary gap may require only a modest amount. A practitioner may consider a different therapeutic approach when managing a clinically identified deficiency, recurrent migraine, chronic constipation, or significant losses caused by a medical condition or medication. This is why the amount used in a clinical protocol may differ from the recommended serving on a retail bottle. Magnesium is sometimes used as part of migraine prevention, particularly for migraine with aura or menstrual migraine. Clinical guidance commonly discusses doses of approximately 400 to 600 milligrams per day, but that does not mean this amount is appropriate for everyone. This is a therapeutic application that should consider digestive tolerance, kidney function, medication use, and the total amount of magnesium being consumed. For constipation, magnesium oxide or citrate may be selected because poorly absorbed magnesium remains in the intestine and draws in water. But that same effect may be completely inappropriate for someone with diarrhea, inflammatory bowel symptoms, or a sensitive digestive system. In that person, a gentler and better tolerated form may be considered. This demonstrates why best magnesium is the wrong question. The best form depends on what you are trying to achieve. If someone feels tense and sleeps poorly, magnesium may be supportive, but it is only one part of the picture. I would also examine caffeine, alcohol, blood glucose fluctuations, evening screen exposure, menopausal symptoms, cortisol rhythm, breathing patterns, and overall nervous system load. Magnesium cannot compensate for 4 cups of coffee, chronic stress, and 5 hours of sleep. Closer assessment may be appropriate when someone has a magnesium-poor diet, prolonged diarrhea or malabsorption, celiac or inflammatory bowel disease, poorly controlled diabetes, heavy alcohol intake, significant physical activity, and sweating, long-term use of certain medicines, pregnancy or breastfeeding, or recurrent migraine. These situations do not automatically mean take more. They mean the person requires a more individual assessment. The Australian upper level for supplemental magnesium is 350 milligrams per day for adults. This limit applies to supplements, not magnesium naturally present in food. A healthcare practitioner may sometimes recommend a different amount for a specific therapeutic purpose, but this should not be interpreted as permission to self-prescribe a high dose. Too much may cause diarrhea, nausea, low blood pressure, and, in serious cases, magnesium toxicity, especially when kidney function is impaired. Do not compare products only by the number printed beside magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate. Look for the amount of elemental magnesium per tablet or serving. Also check whether the product contains vitamin B6. People sometimes combine several magnesium, stress, and multivitamin products without realizing they are accumulating excessive B6. This is my naturopathic approach. Understand the person before recommending the product. I consider body size, but I do not use body weight as the only calculation. I assess the dietary gap, symptoms, health conditions, bowel tolerance, medicines, and treatment goal. Then I begin conservatively, monitor the response, and adjust only when necessary. Magnesium can be extremely valuable when it is used for the right reason, in the right form, and at an appropriate dose. Do you take magnesium for sleep, stress, migraine, muscle cramps, or digestion? Tell me in the comments which form you use and whether it has helped you. For more practical education about food, digestion, stress, sleep, and supplements, explore my Heal Your Body Naturally course through the link in the description.